IBM on the New York Stock Exchange. Secretwars, stage analysis, Stan Weinstein. What do we got here, man? I got some alerts for IBM, and right now the ADX is going down below 20. And if I have a scanner set on the ADX, when I'm under 20, I'm in a stage 1 or 3 consolidation period or sideways move. Stan has nothing to do with ADX. That's just me on a personal mission, always looking out for clues to have screeners to find the best ultimate stock, especially for Stan system, stage 1s and 3s, and maybe even for regular charting. Usually rectangles are like stage 1s and 3s, and they probably have a low ADX. So you see there's a lot of overlap in all of that, and that's why, again, when you have different people with different trading frameworks, at the end of the day, it's all comes down to the price action, and you pretty much talk all the same base language. It's just that you're like different regions with different accents, all speaking English, and you get to understand at the end of the day what's happening. So right now I'm looking through Stan's eyes. I still don't have the Mansfield indicator. I have the RSI. Difference being the Mansfield, it compares the stock to the underlying index it's in, and RSI compares its stock to itself. I think the number of up days versus the number of down days and its relative strength. Does not matter too much for me. I'm still using it because it creates like momentum, and the stock's starting to underperform or overperform versus itself. It's not the way Stan meant it to be. He really wanted to have the stocks that were outperforming the rest of its peers. So that's a lack I have and a challenge that I have yet to overcome. All right. What do we have here? Let's start drawing. You know what we're going to do? I know it's starting to tighten up. I'm going to start by going on the monthly charts and drawing my lines in the sand. Right now, I have support at the... Hold on, turn on the crosshair. I have support at the 143 level. Put an alert there. I have resistance at the closest resistance right now is at the 163 level, almost 164 level. And I could put an alert here. Check out my monthly chart. This is part of my regular trading framework, my noise reduced trading framework. No RSI, no volume. I have the 10-month simple moving average. I could probably eventually just get rid of it. Yeah, I'm going to start getting rid of it probably. And just price. That's all it is. And with no noise, you get to see clear. You don't get influenced by indicators, leading indicators, lagging indicators, whole bunch of noise. Right now I have the price action. I have my support, my resistance, a breakout above, it's a move up, a breakdown below, it's a move down, and after that, price considerations, target considerations. So if I ever have a target and it breaks down, and then I just make sure that the target is above support, above a round number, and to increase my chances of reaching, increasing my probabilities of reaching that possible target. So right now, you see if ever I would have had my target, I'm above a round number. I'm in the wick here, so price action might go down and get sucked back up to close above. Because here's the real support right there, or the start of it. And let me just put another alert to get all the way here. Yeah. So here it's a risk. If I really want to make sure I got in, I would probably put my sell stop at 150 on 125 and 10 cents or just above. I reduce my reward, but I increase my chances, my probabilities of reaching that possible target. And that's how I do what I call target considerations on my regular trading framework. All right. No divergence right there. So let's go back. Now the lines in the sand are drawn. Even on the shorter term, I even see it. Remember, these are monthly candles, so that's a lot of time. And there's a merit for me just to put an alert here. Alerts are free. I put them like crazy. An email sent to me when they get triggered. And chart morphs. Set some more alerts. Get triggered. Come back. Always try to find a reason not to enter the trade. All right, let's go back to Stan without the ADX. Remove these little arrows. Because right now, I'm smack in the middle of those resistance and support lines. And you see how my support lines are, this is noise here. On the monthly candle, these are wicks. This was closed above that line right here. And right here, same thing here. So if I would go back on the monthly, you'd see that. That's just noise. Right there. See? Bam. Market decided no. The real resistance, 163 or 164. Real support, 153. Anything below that was just noise. And that's a lot of noise, man. That went deep in. So the weekly candles would have got you whipsawed. Daily candles would have got you whipsawed. A whole bunch of emotions. If you didn't get whipsawed, you could have started moving your sell stop because you panicked. Panic is bred by fear, and fear is because you don't have an action plan for a specific action. You don't have a response planned for specific action. And that's the power of the monthly candles. Reduce all that noise. And weekly candles also reduce noise, but for the daily. And the daily reduces noise for its intra candles. But the monthly has 4 weeks, has 30 days or 20 days. And you got to respect that. It's a lot of trading, a lot of human emotions, smoothed out. All this erratic movement, all this emotions in the trading, supply and demand, all that is smoothed out. All right, but now I'm doing stage analysis, Stan Weinstein style. I have the Ichimoku cloud. And that's right now, the green is support. So there's no more support. Now we have resistance. It try to go through the resistance. Didn't quite make it, or it did once and came back in. And now it's just a question of seeing, are we going to get a close above that resistance once again? And if we get a close, you see this is my monthly resistance. If we get a close above the monthly resistance, this is pretty much weekly noise. You could probably, any close above 165. And that means on the monthly chart, let me just go back. You get a close above that. That means that pattern has a valid breakout with target. With a target bringing you up to previous, what I call a while previous support turned resistance. Here there was a breakdown. That support became resistance right at about that level. So we're going to get some congestion there. And that would probably, what you'd probably see, you would have a breakout on the Stan Weinstein here at that level. And right around these levels, you would have had maybe a sideways move, a pullback. And hopefully you have a pullback on low volume, and then you could re-enter and go all the way up. You see right here, this is the next resistance level, and this is the wick. This is a pretty much noise. So the real resistance that you have to really close above is 175 level. Above that, then you're set to go. And the ultimate resistance, if you really want to go above that potential noise, since we're playing on the weekly chart, is a close above 185 right here. So you have these three levels. We'll have to see how this starts morphing, but the original resistance we have to go through is at 165. A lot of steps, right? And the higher you look up, thank God we're starting at the weekly, but if we're playing at the daily, we'd have to look at the weekly the same way we look at the monthly for the weekly chart. The weekly, then you could look at quarterly candles, but those are so big that I'm not even looking at them. It's just my lifespan. Monthly candles is good enough for me. I can't wait for candles on the quarterly charts or yearly charts to. I'm a swing trader, position trader, positions from weeks to months, and I haven't kept a position over a year. I think the longest I've kept was maybe 6 months, 7 months. Pretty much it resolved after that. The momentum has resolved and I'm out. All right, IBM. I'm coming back to you. So right now we just have to wait. So this is really a stage 3, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4. It's a stage 1 stock and potentially going upwards towards stage 2. But like I have these alerts ran, so if it breaks down on the downside, it's crazy. Look at the noise, all these alerts. If ever it breaks down below 150 on the weekly chart, then I have another alert here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 alerts. So I'm really want to get a close eye on IBM. And hopefully we get the volume, big candle like this, 4 times the previous average of the 4 weeks. I get my RSI going upwards. This would be ideal going through over the halfway point, but to get that momentum from lower half to upper half. So I guess we'll just have to see how it goes. So this is another more of always looking at the higher trend for harmony and understanding that there's hidden resistance levels and support levels on higher trends that you don't see on the weekly. And for daily, if you're trading daily charts, think about the same thing. There's hidden resistance and support that's more important. So it's invisible on the daily chart. It's visible on the weekly, and it's more important. So that's sometimes you're getting whipsawed, and then you say, why the price action? I get whipsawed. Why to pull back? And if you go on higher trends, higher time frames, and you'll say, look, there was a resistance there on the higher time frame. That's why I had a resistance on the daily, and it pulled back. And sometimes the errors people do, or what doesn't help, is you're on the daily, and you're on 1 year's worth of data, and you don't see the second, third, fourth year. And same thing for weekly. Weekly, I have 5 years of data. So sometimes there's a previous resistance support. It's valid even some time back, and you got to consider it all the time. Ichimoku Cloud, it's good. It helps you understand where the support and resistance is visually for 26 periods ahead. So if you're on the monthly chart, 26 months ahead, weekly 26 weeks ahead, and daily 26 days ahead. It's all relative to the time frame you're in, but it's good for the chart you see in. But if you go on a higher time frame, then the Ichimoku cloud is going to show you support and resistance at different numbers, different levels. And that's a little concept that I started understanding recently by observing and test and trial. Okay, IBM, I got a lot of alerts there. I think you're in a nice stage 1. We'll just have to wait and see if you're able to go out of that red Ichimoku cloud. That's it. See ya.